today we've got Drew, or Andy, as he's sometimes known, and Jason with us from Hope Deferred. Super excited to chat with you guys. I will say, this is the first time we're meeting you two. However, one of your band members has been on the podcast a couple times, and that's David Bunton. David is a good friend of Cullen and I, and Jason, I think you said you play bass. Andy, you play guitar, and supposedly David, he just does insurance for the band, right? He doesn't do anything else, right?
Oh yeah, all the adjusting, he handles all that for us. Yeah.
You need a good insurance guy with a band like Hope Deferred, right?
That's right.
Well,
so I would like to jump right into this thing. How in the world does buddies from Embodiment and some people from the Famine get together with the lead dude from the Showdown? Am I missing a band in there too? Is there one more that I'm missing?
No, I think you're right.
That covers it.
Okay, all right.
Well, so
This is a super group, which is badass, by the way.
Thank you. Well, it started, from Eric Shirey. He's the guy with the Car and Collective that's actually helping come alongside us and release this music. But he was at Furnace Fest one year, and David came up to him and was like, "Hey, I want to do some music with Andy, so put a good word in for me." And Eric kind of connected the dots, and I honestly had never heard the Showdown much. I mean, I heard the name, and I remember seeing them around while we were touring with the Famine and stuff, but I never really gave them much of a listen. Dude, his band is huge. The Showdown is a really big band, and I didn't quite know the gravity of what he was going to bring to the table, right? So when, all said and done, he really shines bright on this new Hope Deferred record. He does such a fantastic job. But yeah, it came through Eric. Eric was the guy that kind of connected the dots between David and us.
Okay, sweet. Well, if we know anything about David, he casts a pretty wide net. So my guess, and I'm not trying to, make you guys feel bad, but he's probably asked, 20 or 30 different Embodiment-like bands if he can be in their band with them. So just letting you know.
Oh.
That's just the way he is.
They missed out.
We're stoked he's with us.
They missed out on a great opportunity. Yeah, they missed out on something really special.
Yeah.
David's fantastic. We really like that guy.
Maybe you guys were just the first suitors that answered his call.
Well,
maybe, but there's a special chemistry that is there even just in the few short years we've been together. So it's pretty cool having him.
Absolutely.
Part of this thing.
What is it like to have Gary Busey as your frontman?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen David in a live setting yet. It sounds like you guys haven't done a whole lot like in the room together. Is that right?
So I saw some footage, right? Some of his Furnace Fest footage, and I went kind of a deep dive whenever we knew that he was interested in singing for us, and whatever I can scrounge up. I think it was the more recent Furnace Fest stuff, but man, I love his stage presence. I think he's a fantastic front man. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm really excited, for him to front this style of music and just really, because it's pretty fast, it's aggressive, and I don't know. I think he's going to fit the bill just perfect for what we're trying to do. So.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Everything I've heard thus far, it's like a marriage made in heaven. It's a wonderful, wonderful sound. Definitely aggressive. I mean, you guys are pulling no punches here at all. Is that kind of the tone for the rest of the record? Because we've only heard a few songs so far. The rest is coming out on Halloween. Very good choice of day there, by the way.
Thank you.
Sure. No, I think what you've heard kind of it's a variety of what you've heard so far. I mean,
yeah.
Again, to kind of echo what Andrew said about David. I mean, there's a certain tone. Andy and I go way back in the death metal listening era of the early '90s. So some of our influences go back quite a ways, and David just fit this spot that like hit right where we wanted it. And yeah, I mean we're excited for everyone to hear. And what is it? The remaining 8 songs that hadn't been released yet. So it's gonna be good.
Love it.
And Jason, for you, knowing that you used to be an Embodiment, like I would imagine for those old school Embodiment fans, they're like, oh, this tickles my ear again. As much as I really loved like the direction you all went with Embodiment, kind of this more alternative rock style, I bet some of those old school fans are like, ooh, this tickles my Embodiment ears a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some of that. Yeah, definitely some of that. I mean, we go back to the early days of Embodiment. We haven't really looked back quite like that. We're just kind of looking at, ahead. And, if some of the old school fans from Embodiment come along with, we're excited for them to be a part of it. But, I think and Andy could probably speak more to this because a lot of this music is kind of his brainchild, but just, we wanted to do something we loved, that we were passionate about, that felt right. And we kind of had that kind of tunnel vision and didn't worry about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, like what do we like right now and what kind of gives you the goosebumps. And that's the litmus test for us. So that's just kind of the direction we've
How
headed
old
in.
are you guys?
I'm 33.
And I'm 31.
Okay.
So we were a little,
Okay.
kind of a little young for Embodiment in particular. But I will say, Cullen and I definitely listened to the family.
Oh,
So
cool.
got to say that.
Yeah, well, there was
Yeah, and the
there was a
Showdown.
really magical time around Embrace the Eternal, like Zayo's Blood and Fire, Living Sacrifice, Reborn. All that stuff was just kind of mixing. So, man, I like to say if you were there and you got to witness it, then, man, just hold on to those memories. I mean, we can't go back in time and try to recreate it. We're all evolving to as musicians and stuff like that, and tones wise. I would say that it's not too far from the famine stuff. Like if you guys
Yeah.
picked up on that, then it's a similar tone and vibe to the famine stuff. So as opposed
Yeah,
to Embrace the Eternal and early Embodiment.
But there is elements of early Embodiment, I would say. I mean, especially to me, it feels like rhythmically, it feels very the famine to me, especially Architects of Guilt. But a lot of the nuance, I feel, has a lot of that early Embodiment vibe to me. I think it lends itself to a very, like I said, nuanced sound that it feels full and it feels like it's been well thought out and it feels very organic. Is that kind of been the feeling as well when you guys went to go record?
Jay, you want me to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll chime in a little bit. I mean, this music is a culmination of what, 3.5 years. So it wasn't like, hey, we sat down for 4 months and said, okay, let's put an album together. Like this is it's been quite a journey, and we haven't wanted to rush any of it, and so it's been a well thought out in my mind, and Andy, obviously, I mean, it's coming from, his hands, if you will, where it all starts with the riff. So he can probably speak more to that than me.
For me, I guess it was more of trying to create, rather than having a song have like 12 different riffs or parts to it, you actually have a verse, a chorus, a bridge, and then a verse and a chorus. It's kind of a traditional song structure to where if you did like the riff, it's coming back and you're going to hear it again and again. So I think it simplifies it a bit as opposed to the earlier Embodiment, but more like the famine stuff, which is, more, I guess, song structure heavy. So
Sure. I could see that.
Andy, what I'm kind of getting a sense of is that like you might be maybe the main writer. Like, am I wrong in saying that? Like, but like, yeah. Do you have like a sense of like feeling like you maybe are kind of taking charge of writing, or maybe you reject that? I'm just
I
curious.
don't reject it. No, it's you said it. I mean, it's kind of what I have is I have a tone and a sound in my head, right? And then it's God given is how I say it, is because it's very inspired by my relationship with God, and it's just something that comes out, and it's just how I express this art form in this extreme style of music. And what I've been blessed with is people who come alongside me and who totally love that vision, right? Jason, I got John Tooley, Derek Wadsworth, and now David Bunton. And they all come alongside and are like, dude, we love the music, we love the sounds, and we're just coming in there to elevate it. And that's exactly what they do. They, with their skill set, they elevate what the project is.
Is that a gift that you were expressing both in Embodiment and the Famine, or is this something that maybe has developed since the Famine ended?
No, I was always kind of the main songwriter. You know, back in Embodiment and the Famine, I was still the main songwriter. I think it was even more of a group effort back then. Now we have this ability to kind of, it's unfortunate, but yet it is efficient. You can isolate and create your music in your little jam room studio or whatever. And then you bring everybody over to enjoy it and get together and perform on the record. So that's efficient. What you do miss, though, is this kind of, we call it mojo or vibe that you get in a jam room where everybody can get together and all have their say or feel that spark all at the same time, which is, you don't really get that same experience. So now it's efficient, but it's not as magical, I would say, if that makes sense.
Sure. So David sent over the lyrics to us, and it's pretty clear each song what you guys are trying to get across. Is that outlet for you something that is kind of like an expression of yourselves? Are you all in agreement with the lyrical expression, I should say? That's a better way to say it.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, we're all, again, to kind of echo what Andy said. I mean, a lot of this is inspired, you know, and we're here to support, honestly, kind of the vision that he's got. And, you know, I don't think there's been any conflict with any of the lyrics, the music. I mean, it's just the chemistry that we all have. Man, it's incredible. So yeah, I think that the lyrics and all aspects of what we've been doing is very cohesive for all five of us.
Awesome. You know, I feel like when you kind of get a super group kind of thing together, although it might be more of a niche super group, I feel like that can sometimes, you know, create a little bit of maybe not controversy, but maybe like some tension in terms of like, you know, what someone feels versus what another one believes or whatever. But that doesn't seem to be the case with you guys. Do you feel like you are kind of all in lockstep in terms of where you would like to take this thing beyond maybe this record even? Or is there a next record and stuff like that? Is that something you would want to do?
Yeah. So you touched on a couple things there. I've known Jason for 30 years. So he played bass in Embodiment. I played Embodiment. We were in a band before that. And so I've been bros with Jason for 30 years. And John Tooley's a lead guitar player, bros for like 15 years. So we go back and have this history, but it's all kind of like-mindedness. And that's important for me because I don't know. So this is a very precious, this art form to me, right, in music in general, is very, very precious. And so I want to share it, obviously, with everybody who's into this style of music and is into the heavy stuff. But performing it, man, I mean, you said yourself, you read the lyrics. How much of a poser would you feel like you are if you sang those and didn't believe it, right? So it's very important to me that everybody believes, because there's a connection there. There's a conviction that comes across in the performance, in this form of art, in the music, that you can literally feel it, like, in my opinion. And that's why this also, you know, so basically to answer your question, yeah, I think having that conversation of everybody being unified as far as our beliefs, that's paramount. Because, man, if we come across a decision that needs to be made, and it's a difficult one, you're not going to understand where everybody's coming from unless you have some sort of foundational understanding, you know, and you can go back to baseline, which is biblical baseline. You know, we base our lives on our Christian faith and our belief in Jesus. And so if everybody can come back to that baseline, it's so much easier to forgive and have grace and have mercy and all that thing, all the things that come along with that. So, but yeah, you said, are there hopes and plans for record in the future? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're getting older, but we got to take one step at a time. So the record hasn't even come out yet as of today,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the only reason I ask that question in particular is because there's been a lot of great bands that I've listened to. I think of a band like the Ascendicate, for example, who come out with one absolute banger of an album, and then they don't do anything with it ever again, and it's just very disappointing because you get super invested. Now I'm invested in Hope Deferred as well, and I don't. As a listener, I want to be selfish, and I want more and more.
Well,
right?
I appreciate that
honesty. The natural thing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that honesty, and I think too, in this day and age, we can consume so much music, right? At any time we want it, it's there, and we're hoping that the record, because we spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of focus on it. It actually took about 4 years to write and release, but it's because we're all, family men, and we all have jobs and careers, and so it's just tough to get together to all merge together to record this and even get the songs written. But the I appreciate the honesty that you're selfish, because I am a bit too. Like I look at it internally and go, how are we going to do better than that record? How can we give anything better than what this is? So you're getting the absolute best of what we can do right now, which is really cool. And I think we'll get some more, and I think we'll get inspired again. And conversations with you inspire us too, because if there's a hunger for it, like you've expressed, that excites me and motivates me.
Yeah, definitely a motivator.
Awesome.
You guys were talking about how, like, for the most part, like, most of the guys in the band have known each other for quite some time. You even said, like, you've known Jason for almost 30 years, but David's somebody who is new. So, like, what was that process of, like, kind of bringing David in this fold, knowing, like, he doesn't have this 30-year history like the rest of the guys do? So I'm sure, like, it's something where it's like you already know that there's, like, like-mindedness between three other guys at least. What is it like trying to bring somebody else maybe to up to speed, or what is it? One of those things where it's just like immediately it's like, yep, we're on the same wavelength. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, what was that process like of bringing somebody brand new to both of you guys, like David, into this fold of, like, guys that have known each other for a long time and have this great rapport with each other?
Right. So,
I mean, for me, well, go ahead, Drew. No, I'll take it. So, I mean, gosh, soon as I met him, it wasn't a matter of maybe a day, and I'm generally the sarcastic guy. I'm always kind of a little bit of a prankster, and he fit right in like a brother to me. So, and that's always my test. Like, can you handle the sarcasm that I might throw at somebody? And he took it well and reciprocated it, and it was like, okay, he passed the test real quick. I don't know, you said lockstep, I think a few minutes ago. I just feel like we're all walking in at the same cadence in the same direction, and it just, I don't know, there's chemistry there that is critical for this to go somewhere.
I was probably a little bit more you're asking somebody to be the lead singer of this kind of baby project that you've been working on for 4 years, right? So I was a little bit like, man, I really hope this guy can deliver it the way that we're hoping, right? And also getting him up to speed with our sense of humor that's been developed over decades, and how we relate to each other. But I tell you, our guitar player John Tooley and David have connected in such a way that, I mean, these dudes are like super bros now. And it was probably, I was telling you guys before how the Showdown and how huge they were, and how much of a big influence they have over, a large audience. And I had no idea how popular they were. And it's probably best that I didn't, because I would probably use that as an asset to him rather than him just being himself, right? I would be a little jaded or have a bias towards, oh, cool, this guy would come sing for us and he'll bring all his fan base. I didn't have that, actually, because I didn't really know much about the Showdown. But he, there's something called LSD, which is lead singer disease. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that.
Oh, yeah.
So
yep.
David doesn't have that. with this big.
No, he doesn't.
And you might, I'm not saying you might think he does, but he absolutely does not. He's super humble.
Very humble.
And man, because I can be a harsh critic when he's in there tracking vocals. I can be pretty hard on him to perform something, because when he gives you glimpses of his ability, like when he was recording and you're going, whoa, bro, you just hit something there that was super passionate. We need you to do that more. He would take it. He would never be like, no, I'm done for the day. He would rise to the occasion and bring forth this very emotional performance that I'm just super proud of. Super proud of that guy, and just glad that he's a part of what we're doing.
Yeah. I'll say this not to be a slight on David at all. He's got loyal dog energy. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to go out and he's going to do exactly what he can do best. And if someone thinks he can do better, he's going to believe that, and he's going to nail it. I love his energy so much. The guy's got oodles of it, but to start with,
he's definitely a golden retriever.
Yeah, he's definitely the golden retriever, and I could see where he would just fit right in and surprise people, especially in new circumstances. Not to mention, I mean, he's just immensely talented to start with. He's got one of my favorite, like, lower register harsh vocals I've heard in the entire music scene in general. So hearing that, he's going to be a part of Hope Deferred, I was ecstatic already. And he was already telling us about this, I think, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's been chomping at the bit, and he's been very, very excited for this. So, and understandably, why? I mean, I get it, because it's great music thus far. So
have you only heard the 2 singles, or have you heard the whole record?
I've only heard the 2 singles thus far.
Well,
but it's been it's scratched my itch enough.
Yeah,
so
it's
far.
Gonna do more than that, I promise. It delivers on.
Yeah.
If you're used to, there's parts of this record that David does, or that is akin to what David does, that I think the fans of Showdown, where he does that kind of that pitchy scream thing in key.
Yes.
There's moments of that on this record that captures his ability to do that sort of stuff. So it's really cool.
Did you guys didn't bring in a Harley to record for this album, did you?
No, did the Showdown do that?
Yeah, they have one of the coolest intros to any song I've ever heard. It was not Hotspur Teacher.
No motorcycles were harmed in the recording of this album. So.
Oh man! So
were they the ones that did the DC Talk song? Weren't they?
Yes, they did do a DC Talk song. Yeah. Why did you guys choose Halloween? Is it was it intentional that way?
No, I mean, we're not going to ruffle any feathers there. I mean, we could get hyper religious with it, but no, it wasn't. I mean, Halloween's just a cool time to release a record, but
especially one this
creepy time.
We were pacing out the singles, and we started to we wanted to spread it out over more of a like maybe a 2 or 3 month plan, but it ended up all kind of merging for October, and so we were like, let's drop a single the 1st, the 15th, and then let's release a record on the 31st. And
love it.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking we were going to have this out a year ago, and you're right. So I mean, it couldn't come out soon enough for us, but back and forth with mixing and getting it mastered and artwork, and it just, man, let's get it out this year. That was just kind of where we were in like July. We're like, all right, let's just get it out this year, and it's all the pieces have just fallen into place for it to be ready.
Heck yeah, I love it. Well, I know what my soundtrack for when I'm getting ready to go out with my son and wife for Halloween is gonna be. We're gonna be dressing up like Star Wars Sith and listening to some Hope Deferred. Nice. So it's gonna hit hard. So can't wait. But should we talk about most influential albums?
I'm afraid that if Jason goes before me, he's going to take some of the similar albums. But
why don't we just go back and forth? Because we kind of cut from the same cloth in a lot of ways when it came to music. That had heavy influence on us. And
Beautiful.
I'll let you start, Drew. I'll let you start with Vulgar.
That's right. Come on, Vogue. So I was.
You just knew
I
what it
will
was
say
right
one
away.
of,
I
one
love
of the
that.
most influential records. You know what, IJ? I'm going to go back though. It's Master of Puppets for me from Metallica.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
I mean, it's if you're asking for the top 5, you know, I can give them to you. I mean, I can give you the top 3 for sure right now, and then we'll let Jay do his. As far as 5, it don't really
Sounds
matter
good.
after that. But it would be Vulgar Display of Power, not in any order here, but we've got the Master of Puppets, Sepultura's Arise, Suffocations. I got 2 in there from a band called Suffocation. I got Effigy of the Forgotten and Pierce from Within. So I'll live with those 5. Vulgar Display of Power, Master
Heck
of
yeah.
Puppets, Sepultura's Arise, Suffocations, Effigy of the Forgotten, and Suffocation, Pierce from Within.
Yes.
I mean,
You know,
I'm going with. Oh, go ahead.
I think it's kind of interesting because bands from people who started playing music in this scene, specifically from your generation, so kind of like a generation before Mason and I, Vulgar seems to be always at the top of the list. What is it about that record in particular that you think just has gotten the fancy of the scene, especially the kind of like the Christian alternative scene?
I don't know why the Christian alternative.
Yeah, I don't know why that would fall in
because
there.
it seems to be almost specifically with a lot of like your early Tooth and Nail style
So
bands.
I will say this, man. So Terry Date was the producer on that, and the tones that he got on that record set the course for
Monster.
a lot of different bands. Like you wouldn't have the Deftones tone if you didn't have Vulgar Display of Power.
Sure.
But what he was able to capture with Dime's guitar tone and the drums and the bass and Phil's vocal performance, it's just magic, man. I mean, that record is magic. It's really, really.
And they're the Pantera's hometown boys for us. I mean, we grew up. We didn't know them necessarily. We'd run into them at Walgreens occasionally, but I mean, they were kind of Pantego was a Pantego Sound Studio, right?
That was where they
20
yeah,
minutes.
That's where they recorded
Cowboys
That's
from
right,
Hell,
that's
and
right, yeah, and that was it. That was his
but,
dad's
you know,
studio. So
Nice.
So there was always this kinship of just being local too. But I mean, the guitar tones, the drum. I mean, that whole album is ridiculous. You know, for me, coming from oddly enough being the bass player, and Justice for All hit stronger for me as an influence than it did Master. But both are fantastic.
That's the
You know,
correct
again,
answer, by the way.
right? I mean,
And Justice
I think
for All is the right answer.
you know, it's interesting. Normally, there's a cutoff with most people with Metallica what their last good record was, and you know, my age, I fall into the Injustice for All is the last good record. You get a few guys that are a year or two older. It's like no, Master of Puppets was the last good record. So that's always been a debate, but it falls into the category for me. But you know, Justice for All, Sepultura Arise was a great album that had a huge
yes.
influence on us. There's a band called Malevolent Creation. Eve of the Apocalypse was an album from I don't know 1992 or something like that.
Retribution was the
Retribution, yeah. Eve of the Apocalypse was the opening track, but Retribution is the album. And to me, if you have time to listen to any of that, like that area of vocal range was kind of a sweet spot that I feel when it comes to David, like that was kind of an influence for me. Like, man, he just kind of hits that mid-rangey but low. And anyway, you know, so that would be kind of in the top there. Certainly, Effigy of the Forgotten for me, even unmetal related would have been Depeche Mode Violator. So I do have a little bit of departure there from the metal stuff coming up. But
Is that why you were listening a lot when all those Embodiment fans got really mad at you all?
No, we were listening to the Deftones.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're listening to Foo Fighters or something probably. Who knows?
Love
Hey,
it.
well,
you guys just
that-
wanted to be dads so bad.
Yeah, right.
That's a great list.
It is.
You know, to add a little Depeche Mode into that, but like you guys are metalheads through and through. Like there's no question about that.
Jay, are we going to give a nod to the Bleeding from the Cannibal Corpse?
You can't go without saying. I mean, that was a massive influence to. I mean, you know, put the asterisk there with lyrical content and all that stuff. But I mean, but musically, like that was the stuff. I mean, that we were so hungry being in the Christian scene, if you will, or music, and trying to be influenced by that, it was always so hard to find good at that time. Living Sacrifice, that was it. Believer, I grew up listening to those guys. But Andy and I were Mortification, yeah. I mean, we were at Joshua Bookstore trying to find heavy Christian music, and we found 3 albums, and then we're like, okay, Holy Soldier's not going to cut it. We gotta find something better. And
no Petra for you.
I kind of missed the Petra phase there, but it just we had to find more music. And I mean, I think it was Blockbuster Music, if I recall, back in the day. You could go in, pick the CD, they would open it for you, give you headphones, and you could listen to it, right? So I mean, we would go up there, it seemed like every Friday night, trying to find metal. We'd go to that section and just dig in. Oh man, Gore Guts, Gore Fest. I mean, you can find all kinds of old school. Disincarnate, that'd be another album if you're not familiar with that one. That is incredible. Dreams of the Carrion Kind. So make note of that. That'd be a good listen if if you have the time for that. But we could go on and on the old school death metal that
fantastic influences
got us moving.
All right,
I'm
let's
just
let's
remembering what it was like to go into a Blockbuster on a Friday night, though. What an experience.
Let's talk plugs. Obviously, record comes out on October 31st, Halloween, for the spooky season in your life. What else would you guys like to plug?
That's it.
That's it, huh?
I mean, we've got our merch store is in full force. We may or may not be dropping some a hoodie or a zip up for winter season. So, but we're blessed to see how many people are responding to the merchandise. I mean, they're just basing this off singles and a little bit of the legacy of whatever was done before with Embodiment, the Famine, the Showdown, and we've quite a great response, and it makes us smile because it's just it's honoring and it's flattering the same way. So. But yeah, I'd say we're plugging the merch store, and then obviously, I mean, we're at an age, guys, where if you buy the record, awesome. If you don't, who cares? I mean, we want you to enjoy it, because we do, kind of a thing. And that's kind of was part of the start for this whole thing. Was we want to write and record music that we would want to hear, and that we believe in lyrically and everything. So I guess the main focus is that if you're into this style of music, if you want to support it, then yeah, cool, buy a CD, a shirt, or the vinyl, and if not, totally cool. I mean, please.
Well, that's good news for me because I already downloaded it off of LimeWire.
Oh, good for you. Hey man, even if you download it off of Spotify or whatever, I mean, we're only missing like maybe 10 cents, so you're good.
And the beauty of it is we're just happy to be writing some good music, and that was, like you said, that's what it all comes down to, is what do we want to hear? That's what we want to create. And all the other stuff, like literally everything else, the podcast, the interview, which is cool, like all of that is secondary to just having some music that we really love. I mean, I listen to it 2 or 3 times a day. I'm not lying. I mean, it's like, because it gives me goosebumps every time. Like, I love it. So, I mean, mission accomplished, and all this, all the other stuff that are on the fringes is just bonus in my book. So,
whenever you listen to it, do you ever like think to yourself, damn, who was that stub muffin that wrote that bass line?
Yeah, and I say, yeah, that was Andy. So yeah, I think about him all the time.
Jay represents well on this record with that savage pick attack. Come on, Jay.
Yeah, there you go. Are you guys planning to take this thing out on the road at all?
Question. Where do you guys live?
I think a show is imminent. I really do.
Okay.
Where do you guys live?
All right. We're in the upper Midwest, so chances are you're probably not coming up here, but maybe we can travel.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. Lincoln, Nebraska was a pretty good spot for us one time.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Can you find your way to Lincoln?
Oh yeah, that's not too far. Yeah. It's like 3.5, 4 hours for me, but that's right in the wheelhouse.
Where do you go to see shows? Like, where would be the closest big city for you?
Sioux Falls for me. For Mason, it'd be Minneapolis, but I go to Minneapolis to watch shows.
And Cullen will come up to Minneapolis, if there's a big show happening or whatever.
Yeah, Twin Cities. Yeah. We had a lot of fun in St. Paul. Remember, Jay? It's a good time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
What was the venue for
Oh man,
St.
it was
Paul that
actually
you
a
guys found yourself
church-run
in?
venue, and it was a really great spot. But
Sweet.
I mean, honestly, I can't remember the name of it. A lot of that's a blur.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like Club 3 Degrees
Maybe
or whatever it was
that,
called,
for
right?
some reason, that sounds a little.
Has it been around for 30 years?
Was it around?
There was one that was it was something, and this was before my time of living in the Twin Cities, but there was something don't quote me. I'm sure there's Twin Cities people that would remember, but it was something like Club 3 Degrees or something 3 Degrees or something along those lines.
So yeah.
And if I remember right, it was a church-run venue that would bring in a lot of Christian bands in particular.
Man, there was a phase where almost like churches got a budget to make their own little Christian music club. And I mean, a lot of them did it really well, and it was a lot of fun to play, and so.
I swear to God, like some of these youth pastors, part of their job description was to be a booking agent.
Sure.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
For real. Yeah, they kind of had to be, fans of the music in the first place, almost. So, good stuff, though. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to plug?
Jay, you should run with this. You're fantastic.
I can't think of anything right now.
Hey,
Are you gonna tell them about the background vocals you did on that one album, Drew?
oh.
No.
He's too
Bro, I
embarrassed. It's okay.
Yeah, we can't do it. We can't do it.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about doing background vocals for the Wiggles. I'm just saying, like, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. The Wiggles are a very highly successful band. They're, it's almost like doing background vocals for Weird Al. Like, you think Weird Al's like cheesy, but then you realize, like, no, this dude is like brilliant. And I feel like that way about the Wiggles. Like, they're actually really brilliant.
Yeah.
So nothing to be ashamed about that with, for you, Andy. I'm
I
just saying,
appreciate
like, the
that.
Wiggles are legit.
You're liberating me to stand up for my past there. So.
Yeah, like stand up for yourself. Like you don't need to be ashamed about that. Like I'm
I
sure
did
you've
not
got
know
other.
you-
I'm sure there's lots of other things to be ashamed about for you, but that is not one of them.
Mason,
I did not know you had a falsetto like that.
well,
It's impressive.
Mason and Cullen, you guys have really encouraged me to be bold and to just shoot and never tell a lie. Never tell a lie.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
You let other people do it for you.
How about just a small nugget of information?
Yeah, just let me hear a little fruit salad. Little fruit salad.
No, I would.
Hot potato. Come on now. Let's hear it.
What is that?
I've got nothing. No, I've got nothing.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get one of those little falsetto accents on fruit salad or potato, but
Man, I wish I knew what you were
sorry,
talking
guys.
about, bro.
I'm just.
I think he was more of a.
Acceptance is the first step of the stages of grief. I'm just saying.
His kids were already in their 20s by the time the Wiggles were around. So he just.
He was more. I think
not
Andy was
that
more of a.
old,
Was more of a
my goodness.
Teletubby guy or whatever they
We
were
rocked
called
the
or something.
Teletubbies.
Oh God.
Teletubby
I
and
love
Barney.
Teletubbies.
Pee Wee Herman,
Yeah,
maybe
we dig
little
that.
Pee Wee's Funhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, I miss the Teletubbies. Well, guys, it was great to chat with you. Super excited for the new album to come out very shortly, just in a few days. We'll get the episode out after the album comes out, but just very excited for you all. And hopefully we'll get to see you in concert at some time. It'd be really fun to see you guys play live. And I can assure you this, if we do see you in concert, Cullen and I will be in the middle of that pit. Just saying.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Sioux Falls 2026.
There you go.
Woo!
Let's hear.
I'm into it.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
All right.
Good to see you
Thanks
guys.
a lot, guys.